Hey guys, how's things? Okay, I think I can get back to normal now. It is November 7th, about 10 a.m., and we've had some news. I'm not going to get into it, but let's just say I feel like I can be a little bit more focused on what I'm doing. Anyway, so I never did do monthly minis, I don't think, for October. And since it's now November, I thought I should do a whole ton of monthly minis. And we'll just call them fall minis, I guess. And so I still have all these letters, that I got from Louise at Forever French on my desk. And I'm just like, oh, I just got to use these somehow. And since I got so many, and so I thought, I kind of want to keep, I want to try to maintain as much of the, I know I say this all the time, the integrity of the ephemera, like the envelope, right? So I thought what I would do is just make these into little journal covers. And I was kind of, it's just the simplest things that kind of inspire you sometimes, right? So if you watched the show and sell video that I published a few days ago, the Remarkable Makers, they sent me a little, like a pamphlet style mini that was made with just a pattern, like a sewing pattern cover, and I thought, well, that would be kind of cute just as a mini for the to use up some of these envelopes. So I picked out, I sorted them out into the greens, the beiges, and the white envelopes, and I kind of picked ones where they had a stamp on them, and I sort of liked the writing, and they were, for the most part, the front, and well, except for that one, the front and the back were basically intact, and I thought I would just use those to cover some little minis. I still have tons of file folders. These are the hanging, like, Pendaflex folders, and I have cut the metal strip off of them. So I just, I thought it was a good time to use those. So I sort of did a little, like prototype sort of thing. And I thought I would just do them simple like this, because I want to make a bunch of them, and I want to make them very reasonable. I want to make them priced so that many people can get one. Okay. So anyway, I just, so I just glued the envelope onto the file folder like that. But I'd like to add some more kind of just like simple collage on the inside. Probably not on the little flap here, but I thought it would be nice to, maybe just to give them a little bit more strength. I want to add paper under the envelope as well. So that's some of the ones where, like that one that I showed you where the back was kind of torn off, just to cover up all the green, I guess. And then I can kind of ink them and stuff like that and grunge them up a little bit. But I also want to try to use the letters that were in the envelopes. I don't think I'm going to be able to keep track of which, like the letter that actually came in that envelope. I don't know if I'll be able to keep track of that because I'm just pulling out the letters and putting them in a little stack, So anyway, so here's where I'm at. I've cut these down. I decided 4.5 inches is a good size. These are actually 4 1/4. So I thought I'd like them to be a little bit wider because I'd like to be able to maintain that kind of raggedy edge on the envelope, on the edges of these. So I cut these to 9 inches wide, and then I'd like them to be 6 inches tall. So So I cut these. It works. So these file folders have this little, kind of like a little crease in them already. And it works out perfect to make them 6 inches high. I just cut, well, let me show you what I did. Because I know I'm confusing people probably. So anyway, so I cut the top, the metal strip off, and then I cut these to 9 inches wide, and then I just cut just a sliver off where it's folded to cut this into 2 pieces. And so then this is where that little crease is, and so that's where I'm folding it to make my pocket. So I guess that makes the cover about 8 inches tall before you add that little pocket, you know. So it's about 8 inches. Yeah, right about 8 inches. And then when you find that little crease that's in there, it makes them 6 inches tall. Okay. So if you're not, you know, if you want to make some of these, they're just the simplest of simple little mini journals, right? But you know, you could do this with cardstock or whatever. But I would say cut them to 8 by 9 inches, and then you might want to do like a use your this thing and your scoreboard and score that at 2 inches. Okay. If you don't have the file folders that already have that little crease. Oh my God, I can't believe I had such a hard time getting that out. Anyway, so basically you want to wind up with something like this, and then what I'm doing is just with it before you know, glue anything or anything like that, you want to fold this in half. And then, here it is. And then really crease this down with your bone folder. But, you know, you definitely want that score line before you do this so that you can see, you know, where you want to cut this in order to make that little curved part on the inside. So cutting on the, oh my God, on the spine, I just kind of eyeball this and cut it into, you know, at a curve. You could do it just straight across too. I just like the way it looks with a little bit of a curve. So it's like that, and that just makes it easier to open and close, you know, after you get pages stitched in. Okay, and I probably will stitch these in using my sewing machine. I don't know. I don't think I'm going to bind these by hand. I think I'll just do them on the sewing machine just to make them easy peasy. Okay, so that's basically how I'm going to deal with the cover. But like I said, I want to do some collage on the inside of each of these, and just very, very simple collage, like just like some book page and things like that before I do the envelope on the outside. Okay, so I'm gonna just go through so I'm going to fold that back because I don't want to collage on this part, and I don't really want anything on this part. So I'm going to fold it like this. And then I'm going to use some of the letters, and you know, I can kind of go off the edges a little bit. So yeah, just collaging, you know, super relaxing. And you guys always say you like to just kind of watch that, so I thought that's what we do. I don't know why I have such a hard time explaining what I'm doing sometimes. You know, the other thing you could do is just do like I did on those 12 by 12 sheets of paper, and just do your collage all over that, you know, or some other kind of paper. You know, you could even just use like construction paper or something, or just regular plain old cardstock or something. So I'm just using, these are some French books, just to kind of keep it in the French theme, you know. And I'm just gonna cover all this green. I like the green. It's not because I don't like that green. I just a lot of the reason why I'm doing this is because I'm trying to add some strength, just to make them a little bit more substantial, you know. And I do want to use some of my older so this part, I know this part is going to be covered a little bit, but I think I'm going to go ahead and just collage all over it anyway, just so I don't have to worry about, you know, measuring that and stuff. So I'm just going to go ahead and cover it up anyways. Sebastian came in trying to be super quiet. I know, I haven't been doing many videos lately. Just been super, I don't know, I've been really into crocheting, so that's part of it. That's part of it. And I think I'm gonna spray these too with like a clear coat, just because I just like the way that looks lately. I don't know, I'm kind of enjoying that. Uh-oh. This is stuck on the table. Oh, well. Using my baby wipe to keep the table clean and also to smooth out my collaging. Probably add some little, you know, some other type of decorative things on the cover too. Maybe like a little label, or, you know, something like that. Some little flowers or whatever. Maybe do a little bit of stamping or something. Who knows? Who knows what could happen? But I do want to keep them relatively simple because I want to make a bunch, like a ton, like maybe, I don't know, not 100, but a lot. Just digging through my box of Frenchy French stuff. And I know, and this is going to get covered up, but part of it will show through, you know, in the back, or through that, you know, right where it's curved. You'll still be able to see part of that. So I want to cover it up. So just covered the inside. Now I want to wait for this to dry, and then I can go back and trim that off with my scissors. So let's do a couple more and let that one dry. So here's one this is cut to 8 by 9 inches. So I'm just doing the inside of the little journals at this point. After, because I need to trim that, off before. I'm going to actually add my glue to this because that paper is so thin. Anyway, I want to trim those edges before I glue the envelope down. Know what I'm saying? So much paper. Anyway, so how are you guys doing? What are you guys working on? I was almost going to just live stream today. I thought that might be kind of fun. I do kind of miss doing that. I know there's quite a few of you that have been with me since the beginning, and when I used to do a live stream twice a week, and many of you have told me that you miss that, and I kind of do too. I just I don't know. I think I have a hard time with commitment or something. It's weird. I probably should have folded this before I started gluing paper on here, but it's okay. I can always use the scoreboard to get my crease. So I don't know. That might be kind of fun to do once in a while still, you know. Maybe I'll do another live stream. Just kind of craft with me sort of thing, you know. Might be fun. I don't know. I got into doing the live sales, and you know, decided I didn't really want to do that anymore, and did the book sales for a while. I am actually thinking, I got rid of my pod. So I did have a pod out in the driveway that I was storing a whole bunch of stuff in. Last year I thought I was going to be moving, and so I got this, you know, this pod, and I thought I would just store, you know, put stuff in there that I wasn't using and things like that. Anyways, so I filled up the pod with a bunch of stuff, and then I forgot what I had in the pod. And anyway, so it's just been out there, and I hardly ever even go in it. So I decided, okay, I'm tired of paying, you know, $170 a month for this storage shed. And so Sebastian helped me empty it. I forgot where I was going with this. I totally forgot where I was going with this. Anyway. I just get going, and I can't remember what I was talking about. Anyway. I'm sure one of you guys remember what I was talking about. Anyway, so yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll do a live stream one of these days, because that's kind of fun. Oh, I remember what I was talking about. Books. So there was a bunch of books in the pod, and so I decided at some point I'd like to put together some more book boxes. I used to do those back in the day, you know, and just kind of, because my garage is now full of all the stuff that was in the pod. So I want to try to, you know, get rid of a bunch of the books that I've hung on to for one reason or another. A lot of them I, you know, was trying to help Sebastian get those going in his shop. But he's been super, super busy with work. And so, you know, he hasn't really been able to add new listings and stuff lately. But anyway, so I thought I would do some book boxes and just, you know, get a box, fill it with books, and flat price it, and then ship it medium mail. And we can probably do that through his Etsy shop. So in case you have no idea what I'm talking about, my son Sebastian opened an Etsy shop a few months ago to just sell books, you know, because I told him that I just don't have the energy and the strength to move boxes of books around anymore. So so he and I will probably do that, and I will let you guys know. What I'll do is I'll make a video and show you what's in the book boxes, and then you know, if you want one of them, you can just go and buy that on his Etsy shop. And I don't have it up yet, so don't, I mean, there are some listings in there right now. He does have some books in there, and there are some that are pretty cool, actually, like collectible type of books. So, like, you know, old vintage books. So anyway, if you're looking for books, you might want to check out his shop. There's not a ton, but there are a few. I think he's got like 10 or 15 listings right now. Anyway, so we'll probably do that. I did put together the little boxes that I told you guys I was going to do. And I just went digging. Like, I just went digging through all my stuff and pulled out, you know, items that I felt like I had a quantity of that that I thought you guys might like. And so I did 8 of those. And there's been a few people that have said, you know, let me know when those are done because I want one. Because I did put some French stuff in those. I added one of the skeleton keys in each bundle. And then, just other stuff. And I will show them to you. How about if I show you guys what I put in those at the end of this video? Just so you can see. I need some more. Wait, I'm trying to use up this little pile stuff first. Hold on. I like to use a variety of different tones of paper, you know. Like I love this darker paper, and then different types of writing too. Let's put that right there, because then I know it'll show through the little pocket. So I've also had some people that have sent me messages with suggestions on how to recreate this little guy. And I think what I'm going to do is deli paper. And I'm going to use, I'm going to try it and see how it works. If it works, then I will show you guys what I did in a video. But I don't want to try it. I don't want to show you until I know it's going to work. And thank you for all of your suggestions, because I did get some good ideas. Yeah, I think I'm going to try deli paper and see if that works. And just some alcohol ink, you know, because I think that will, that'll color the deli paper pretty well and still, you know, maintain the transparency. So, anywho, okay, so I'm just going to do this one, and then we'll go back and trim those other ones. They should be dry enough now. There we go. Okay, so I've got the inside of that one covered. Clean this table a little bit. It's pretty sticky. Cover that up for now. All right, so I'm just going to trim right along these edges. Actually, I think it would be cool to use the sandpaper like I do often. And I might go back and do that anyway, just to sort of distress the edges of these a little bit. If you're wondering what I'm talking about, I just take a piece of sandpaper and glue it onto a popsicle stick or, you know, a craft stick. And then I just come along and actually cut the paper off using the sandpaper. So like this. It's just messy. That's all. And this isn't totally dry yet, so it's not going to work very well. But I do like to cut paper sometimes just using the sandpaper, because I think it just looks cool right along the edge. So anyway, I'll show you guys the flowers that I've been crocheting too. They're really cool. Okay, so this one I haven't folded yet. I gotta fold it before I do the envelope because I need it to be, I need to know exactly where the center is. Okay, now let me cut this one. If you're not comfortable with your eyeballing skills to do that, then just use, you know, like a cup or a glass or something to give yourself a little bit of a circle. So I want that to dry. Actually, what I like to do sometimes is fold this back the other way, and then I take my sandpaper and sort of just stress the center. So, and then I'll ink it, and then you kind of get, because sometimes when you glue paper on the ends on a crease like this, it has a tendency to kind of wrinkle, you know. So if you can kind of just break the fibers of the paper using you know, something like this, it helps it so that it doesn't wrinkle in the center. So anyway, okay, so see, I think that looks cool, and that way you can see all the little, I'm going to leave this, I just think that looks nice, and so you can see what it was originally, you know what I mean. Okay, so then this is the outside of the cover. Take the letter out. All of these have letters in them. And then I have this really weird letter opener that I got at the thrift store. Some kind of like Inca little guy or something. Anyway, it's real sharp. It's really thin. And I use it for all kinds of stuff besides opening letters. Anyway, so I'm just opening it on both sides. Like that. Okay. So then I'm going to take this, set that right on the crease there. See, that works perfect. I'm glad that I decided to go 8.5 or 4.5 inches for the cover, because I think that looks neat. So I don't know. I mean, I kind of wanted to put paper under the envelope, you know, just like some text, just because I thought it would look cool, you know. I don't know. I kind of like the way that look, or even just the handwriting, you know, like I can use the letter, like pieces of it. I could just cut like some strips of it. I'm kind of going back and forth about this, so sorry guys. So anyway, just maybe add some just strips of handwriting right along the edge. Ooh, I kind of like that better. Just to add a little bit of a background. You know what I mean? some little strips. Time consuming. It's definitely time consuming. I could probably just, you know, stack up some pages and just use the paper trimmer and just cut these into strips, because it's not gonna, you know, you're not gonna see what's under the envelope after I'm all done. And then I probably will stitch on the sewing machine, which I've been having to use one of my old sewing machines because I'm too lazy to change the needle in my more modern one. Anyway, it's not that I'm too lazy to change the needle, it's that I have to find my needles. I don't know where they are at the moment. Anyway, okay. So see what I mean? I think that'll look better. I kind of like the way that looks. You know, and then I'm going to trim around these edges too. Yeah, I think that's cool. And that does make it a little bit more sturdy. Okay. I'm not going to trim it yet because the glue is obviously still wet, but I am I'm gonna just go ahead and glue this down now. I wanted to use these just like as pockets in journals and stuff, but sort of wanted to like showcase them a little bit more. Because I think they deserve that. You know, somebody hung on to these letters for 75 years. I think they're worth kind of like preserving, you know. So I am going to try, I'm going to take one of these, and one of the beige, one of the white, and one of the like blue or green, and I'm going to spray it with a clear coat and kind of see how it looks. I'm just going to try it and see how it looks. And in my next video, I'll just kind of do these like I normally do, like a little series, you know. I'll show you guys how they turn out if I spray them, okay? So see how it kind of wrinkles a little bit? I might go ahead and distress this right along that spine too. It's not, you don't want to do it while the glue is wet though. You want to wait for the glue to dry. So anyway, so that's kind of how it's going to look. These scissors are Teflon coated, so they do pretty well cutting through glue. The glue doesn't stick to them too bad. These are Tonic Studio scissors. I've tried to find them on Amazon, but I haven't been able to find them lately. If anybody they're nice though because of the Teflon, so you know, glue and stuff just wipes right off real easy. Anyway, so that's kind of how that's going to look. And you know, like obviously I covered up most of that writing, but you can still see little bits of it coming through. So there we go. Probably round the corners and then do some inking and then spray them. So I need to make about a bunch more because I pulled out all of these letters to do the covers. And see, I think it'll look cool with the different colors and stuff. So anyway, so that's the beginning for my fall, I guess we'll call them French minis, because I'm going to use all of this different, you know, like pages from all of these different French books and little ledger pages and things like that. So I'm just going to try to use a bunch of this stuff, and then and those letters. So I'm also going to try to do something like this, and I don't think I'll be able to incorporate this idea into these, but maybe I'll do some larger journals and do something like that. I don't know. I'm just really excited to try it. Okay, so do you guys want to see what's in these little boxes? I'll show you. And I think I am going to just go ahead and do these through PayPal. I have 8 of them put together. So in case you're wondering what the heck, these were boxes that I got some little mini springform pans in. I got 2 sets of them, and I just thought it was silly to just, you know, I thought these boxes were useful, you know. So anyway, let me show you what I've put into these so far. I think I'm going to add some of my crocheted flowers too. I'll add a couple of those into each one. So I did 3 spools of wooden spools of thread. I tried to make sure that at least one of them was silk thread. Okay, so 3 wooden spools. And then I pulled out, I have a whole bunch of these little tiles that I did quite a long time ago. And so these have pin backs on them. So if anybody would be interested in, you know, doing a series, making these little tiles, I would be more than happy to do that also. So let me know if that's something you'd like to see. And I know that I've said that before about other things, and people have said, yeah, I want to see it, and then I haven't done it. But, you know, that's just life, I guess. Anyway, so this one has a little pin back on it also. Whoops. So you could put this on, god dang it, you could put this on a hat, or, you know, you could attach it onto a journal or something like that, with the little pin back. I mean, like on like the tie or something. I don't know. It's just a little pin. And then this one is actually a magnet. So it'll, obviously won't stick on that. Anyway, it's got a little tiny magnet. It's one of those like super, super strong magnets. Yeah, and then it just like, just barely sticks out. So, but it's pretty strong. Like you can hold 5 or 6 pages with this. So anyway, so a little magnet. So 4 of my little tiles that I've made over the years. This is one of those little bingo things that I got from Louise. If I say it's from Louise, that means it came from Forever French from France. And so anyways, this is a game that we have here too, that obviously you guys know we have bingo. Their bingo game is a little different than ours. I think the numbers go higher or something, and they don't call it bingo, but it's a really similar kind of game. Anyway, so one of those from Louise, and it's wood, you know, it's pretty old. I don't know how old, but anyway, so then I added pieces from a few other bingo games. This is from a US bingo game. See, it's G50, and see, the French ones don't have the letter, you know, so that's kind of how you can tell. So 2 of the USA ones, and then these little, like, let me open this and show you. It's kind of like a little pinwheel. It's like a little pinwheel. This came from Louise too, so it's super cute. And it's on a little pin, so you could you know, you could stick that on a page or something. See, I told you it was just going to be all these little random things that would go in my little boxes. Anyway, so then this is just a little charm that I made, kind of like Carla's buttons that she makes, and then coated with like triple thick. So yeah, so there's 4 or 5 of those little bingo pieces that you could easily make into charms or whatever. Just glue some kind of little doodad on there to hang it from something. That's what I do with them. I make them into charms. And then I gave you a couple pieces of like rhinestones. I just went through my costume jewelry stuff and I pulled out just a couple pieces that I thought, you know, you might like to use on a journal somehow or whatever. I did a little bundle of some of my rusted paper clips and the rusted safety pins, the little tiny rusted safety pins. I used to sell these in my shop, and then I just kind of stopped because I thought, I don't know why I stopped. I just did. Anyways, but I still have a bunch of rusted safety pins and paper clips. And then this little, I ran out of these little bags too, so some of the stuff that's in here probably should be in a bag, but it's not. So these are like little flags. Like now I have glue and crap all over my hands. These are like little flags that you stick on the edge of a page. They're plastic, you know. Anyway, these are vintage. These are actually Denison. So there's a few of those. And then there's some of these little guys. These are, I forget what they call them, but it's just like a little paper, or it's really super thin metal. It's like a little, another type of little flag, okay? They're so thin that really you can only mark like a single, like one page with it. You can't put like a bundle of paper in these. Anyway, so there's a few of those. And then some of those little teeny tiny little Tim Holtz bulldog clips. Those little teeny tiny ones. So I put like 3 of those in each one. And then I gave you 4 bronze book corners. Okay. And then a couple of little, these are Tim Holtz, these little binder rings. Okay, so there's 2 of those, and a piece of ball chain with a connector. And then I added one of my larger size. These are the 10 millimeter hitch posts. Okay, and then a piece of a fabric tape measure. It's a bunch of weird stuff. And obviously, like I said, it's not all French, but there is some French stuff in here. So let me get all this stuff back in here. Man, I need to just keep going. I don't know what has been going on with me, but I literally have just been hanging out in my room crocheting for like 3 weeks. So it kind of feels good to be back in here talking to you guys. Okay, so those little bundles, and then let's see what else. Whoops. Okay, so I gave you 3 of these little guys with the numbers and stuff. I know the lighting is bad. Sorry, guys. So 3 of those. They're those little metal rimmed paper tags. Okay, I got those from a shop on Etsy. And then one of these metal book plates. These look a lot like the Tim Holtz ones, but I got these off of Amazon. Don't remember what the brand was, but anyway, so I gave you one of those, and then a couple of these little slides, little paper or little you know, vintage slides, 1974, 1977. Okay, and then two of these little price tags that came from Louise. Okay, they've got the little pin on the back so you can poke it into. These came from a shoe, like a shoe store. So this was how they would price them. They would just hook that over like the lace on the shoe. So anyway, so I've given you two of those. And then a couple little milk caps. Okay. They're all different. Each one is different. And then, of course, one of the skeleton keys from Louise. Okay. I put a larger one in each one of these boxes because I have plans for the smaller ones. So, but these are kind of fun to make into, to alter, and, you know, with like wire and beads and things like that, or, you know, even just because they're cool, you know, this would make a great keychain, I think. Okay, what else? So I have a bunch, I had, well, not anymore. Well, I kept, like 7 of these, but these little teeny, little golden books. It's a tiny golden book. So I put one in each of these boxes. Okay, so this one has the little hippo story in it. Okay, they're super cute. They're just tiny little books. The Baby Hippopotamus's Adventure. Each one has a different one. And then one of these really old miniature books. This one is a Tennyson, The Holy Grail. So just one of these. This is not French. It's English, but they have this really cute little leather cover. So some of them have come, you know, have come off, but I thought these were pretty cool. So I picked these up at the used bookstore where I used to get books all the time. He had a little stack of them, so I snagged them. And then this is kind of just a hodgepodge of different things. There's some French stuff in here. These are from Louise. These little tickets. I think these are like, I don't remember. If I could read French, I could tell you what they are. But anyways, these little tickets, they're kind of like on chipboard. And then this is like for like a bus. This is a little bus ticket from somewhere in France. Some tea cards, like 5 or 6 little tea cards, different, you know, different kinds. These are some little French vocabulary cards. This is a little, like a one of those little tourist pictures that you can buy like in packs. This is one from, I don't know. I thought it was from Paris, but anyways, it's a little kind of like scenery, most of them. This is one of the little jam labels, and one of these little French vocabulary cards from Louise. So it was like 4 of these images together on a card, and I cut them apart so they would be like smaller little individual cards, and then added the little extra one that goes with it. I don't really understand what those were all about. And then one of these little Merry Christmas cards from Louise. And then I added one of those letters in each box with the letter in it. And I did fold it in half so that it would fit in the box. But I tried not to crease it too hard so you could unfold it easily. I just love making these little bundles of things. And then since I was going through all my stuff, I came across my box that has all of these little pieces from India. So I thought these would be kind of fun to include. So I gave you 2 pieces of trim. Okay, so a piece of trim, and then usually like another like applique piece. And then a really long time ago, I was making these bracelets. I was doing, if you go way back on my channel, you'll see I was making these bracelets. And I did a whole bunch of this kind of like, I don't know what you would call it, but stitched a whole bunch of silk trims and things like that, sari silk and everything, onto some velvet, and then cut that into strips. And I was making these bracelets with these. I still have a whole bunch of them that I will probably make into bracelets one day. You never know. Anyway, so I gave you a piece of that because I thought, you know, you might want to, I don't know, make one of those. So yeah, so a little bit of a whole bunch of different things. And then, like I said, I think I'm going to add a couple of my little crocheted flowers. Done a bunch of these just with all kinds of different colors, you know. Couple different styles. There's some that these are solid color. So I'll send you a couple of these little crocheted flowers. They're, you know, they're all cotton. They're not tiny, but I think they're really cute. So I was thinking about maybe trying to use one of these on these covers, you know. I thought that might be sort of cute. Maybe just even stitch it on there somehow, or somehow use it as part of the closure or something. I don't know. But yeah, so I'll add a couple of those little flowers in each bundle. And then I'm going to do a little, like a small page pack of papers, different French book pages for each one of these as well. But that's not going to fit in the box. So that'll just come in the package with the rest of your box. Okay, so there'll be a little, like an envelope that'll have the page pack, and then the little box will be in the package as well. So anyway, so that's what I put together. I just thought they'd be kind of cute. So if you're interested in one of these, I'm going to do these for $45, and I believe these will ship first class, so I think I can get away with that at about $5. So we'll call it 50 even, and I will ship these out to you. So like I said, I've got 8 available, and just so you know, like, I paid $5 for these, for each of these, and like these little books and stuff, anyway, I'm justifying, but I know that might be a little more than some people would like to spend, but all of the stuff that's in here is really stuff that I bought over the years to use, and you know, maybe just have more than I can use or something. So, and then a little bit of the stuff that I've made. So anyway, if you think that's fair, send me an email and I will get those put together for you, and I'll send you an invoice through PayPal for those. Okay, so the first 8 emails I get on those, you will get one. There are 2 people that have requested one, so I'm going to shoot them a quick email just to make sure they're okay with the pricing, and if so, then I'm going to hold back 2 for those people, and then for the rest of you, that means there would be 6 left. So okay, and don't forget, and yeah, I will add a relatively generous paper pack of all French stuff, so it'll be, you know, just like a whole combination of different papers. I can't go over 15 ounces in order to send this out first class, so I'll make that up in book pages. Okay, all right guys, I love you, and I will come back as soon as I get the rest of these covers constructed up to this point, and then I'm going to spray one and see how it turns out. And then we'll just see what else I want to do to them. And I will be sure and show you. Okay. All right, guys. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. And thank you to all my new subscribers. I really do appreciate you guys. And yeah. So anyway, I'll talk to you soon. Okay. Bye for now.